like to do is introduce Jim LeClaire, who is actually going to give you an overview of data mapping on the internet and how people actually find you. Jim actually traveled down here from Maine to join us with this. He brings a nice specialty thing, and then we'll have the panel introduce themselves. So, Jim?
Thank you. Hello, everybody. It's nice crowd. Yeah, I came over from Belfast. My brother-in-law Matt lives over here. We come over here just to kind of recreate on this side of things. So I use the GPS to make my way over here, because a lot of people now are finding businesses on something that looks like this. And what we're going to talk about tonight is how your business might fit onto one of these, or in the internet in general. And we're trying to help you discover the best way to fit your business to some of the internet ways you could get some exposure there. So we're going to run this in about 10 minutes and then lead into questions. So what we're going to cover is, why is the internet important to my business, some definitions of what data mapping is, the 6 levels of data mapping that shows how business is represented, and then we'll have a roundtable discussion where your questions can be answered by this panel. So why is the internet important? This is one of my customers, lives up in Bar Harbor. He's a small business. He and his wife run a small business. I met him because his name is Richard Allen Taylor, Rats Clams, and he told me, Jim, I've got a real problem. I'm getting too many phone calls. Richard, what? How can that be a problem? He says, I'm a clam digger, and they've got my cell phone number on the internet, and I'm out in the clam flats digging, and it's interrupting me and costing me time and money. Then when they do the order, the internet has my address in the wrong place. I'm getting calls at 5 o'clock to pick up orders. They can't find me. So in Richard's words, let's see what he thinks about the internet.
Do you ever read the reviews on the internet?
My wife does, yeah. It's quite satisfying, knowing how nice people can be, and to write about us up here in this little humble place, and with a good tasting product.
So what's the farthest away you think someone ever found you from?
I would have to say Singapore, Beijing, Timbuktu.
How the heck is anybody from over there going to find you over here?
Well, like I say, it's the technology of this world that we live in. With the internet.
So on most days, Richard is completely sold out of his product by 10 o'clock in the morning, because he's connected now on the internet at the minimal level to match his business. So let's talk about some of the ways you can get on the internet. So data mapping, defined as the process of using both GPS services and information services on internet, so people can not only find your business, but where your business is located. So there's 6 levels of data mapping. Okay? I'm going to go through this quickly. We can come up with questions afterwards if you have them. So the first level is these companies called business data aggregators. They keep track of the, used to be just name, address, and phone number for your business. That used to be pretty much all you'd have in Yellow Pages or something like that. Now, your business can have many other ways to represent itself. It can have descriptive text about what you actually do. It can have categories, like we talked about tonight. What does your business do? Do you do products, services? Do you have a website, Facebook? All of these can be represented. And there's a bunch of aggregators out there that will compile this data and then distribute it. Because there's so many internet sites out there that if you try to do it manually, it would take you spend all your time trying to fill up these internet sites as opposed to actually running your business. So these aggregators maximize all this business exposure to get more and more people seeing and finding you on the internet. So, in a nutshell, aggregators is the text, anything that can describe your business as text. Name, address, phone number, website, Facebook, LinkedIn, some of the stuff we'll talk about a little bit later. So that's the text. The second part of it is now that they want to find your business, they've discovered it, they have to be able to find it. So most everybody knows about Google Maps, right? A lot of people use Google Maps on their desktop computer, but when they navigate, and they actually want to find your business, we define two types of businesses. The two types of businesses are called, one is brick and mortar. How many people here have a physical store that people have to walk in before you can do a transaction? Okay, so you guys are brick and mortar type of businesses. The other type of businesses are, I always call them Amazon business, because they sort of they exist on the internet, and no one asks you to do a transaction on the internet. The maps are important because they're all competing for your time. How many iPhone users here? About 40%. Back in the early days when Apple Maps came out, they were a disaster because they had incorrect information. Now, however, Apple Maps represents about 40% of the business navigation. So it's important to be on all the maps. Bing Maps used to be a player. They're not so important now because they sold off their business asset, which was Here Maps, to the German auto consortium. So, if you like customers that drive Mercedes, BMW, Audi, you probably want to be on these Here Maps. TomTom maps are used for GPS that are hard-coded into vehicles, like if you pick up a rent-a-car and they've got Garmin's installed in there, those would be hard-coded into TomTom maps. OpenStreetMaps and then Waze is a very, very powerful navigation tool. So it's good to be on as many maps as you can be, and it's most important to know how are your customers navigating to your business, because you want to be on the map that they're looking at. Every map site, every website that's out there, TripAdvisor, your local newspaper, or anything like that, if they use a map on there, it will be one of these maps up above. So when someone's looking for your business and they choose to navigate, it should not matter how they try to navigate to your business. You want to show up on all of them. So you can have a listing on each of these individual maps. These map pages also include what's called a splash page. If you look at like TripAdvisor or something like that, you'll see a small snippet of information about the business, like a photograph, address, little picture of what's going on. So these splash pages are pieces of information that people are going to see before they actually get to your website. So this is an example of Google Plus, which a lot of people don't really like, but this is one of the very first sites when someone's searching for you on the internet. Google is going to drive people to this page. This is called a splash page. It's going to have information about your business. Now, a couple of things that this shows, see there's kind of a square image here on the left, and a little round inset. As you're getting ready to represent your business on the internet, you need two fundamentally different types of business graphics. You need a square image that would be used in Facebook on your little profile page, and you need a horizontal image so that if you're going to do a cover page for Facebook or Google Plus. So keep in mind that you need to have some specific business graphics to fit these sites that are out there on the internet. Directory listings are listings of groups of businesses by category. So if you're running a lodging, for example, you're going to maybe show up on TripAdvisor. It's very, very important. Another woman here that's doing a home services organization business, there's no place for that on TripAdvisor. So the category that you choose to define your business is going to also define where you can show up on some of these sites. So when you start thinking about what your business does, keep in mind that you can have 5 different categories that describe the business. So I'm going to pick on this gentleman again, who's I know he's a hotel business. You could be a hotel, you could be corporate lodging, you could be tourist lodging, someone who's doing organizing could be doing personal services, home-based services. Each one of you wants to think about the 5 different ways you can describe your business, because the more ways you describe your business, the better chance people have of finding you. When people search for a business, it's all about the customer. The customer, even if they're looking maybe for one particular company name, they may forget. Like, I don't know if you told me the name of your hotel yet, but I forgot it. So I'm going to search for a hotel on a specific directory. And it's really important to know how you appear on the directories that match your business. I stayed with Mary and Matt here over the last couple of days, and we met up with one of my nieces, and we said, let's go to a restaurant. She did not tell us the directions to the restaurant. She sent us a Yelp listing to the restaurant. She's a 20-something, and that's how they communicate. So if your customer base communicates in a particular language, that might be one of these directories. You want to see how you appear on that. So these citations mean that as you start working your business identity out there, you want to connect with other people so that your business shows up in as many places as possible. So a citation is a listing of your business on someone else's website, which can then bring you referring business. This seminar did a wonderful job with citations. So this is on the SCORE site. All of the presenters have a citation on this SCORE site. Wonderful. They list out my name and address, my name and company name. They put an actual live link to my website. And thank you very much, Denise. And then see all these little things down in here, these icons? These are the ways your business can communicate. So this one is an email address, a website, a LinkedIn. Anybody here know about LinkedIn? Facebook and Twitter. So it's really important as we get into this, do not overextend yourself in trying to represent yourself in too many places. We're all small business owners. You've only got so much time. You've got to really pick the ones that are important and do those well. Okay, so what I am is I'm a data service map provider. I help people figure out what of all these levels might best fit your business, and then I say you need to find someone else that might help you create a Facebook or a website or something like that, because there's a lot of work involved in setting all this information up. So that is my presentation. And now we're going to get into the round table where we can actually entertain your questions and try to do our best to answer them for you.